Hello, everyone, and welcome to Week 7, Siege of the Empire Act 2, where this week we'll be finding out if our players, what they're going to do with some of the information they gathered, having survived the climactic and harrowing battle with the demons in the city. And it should be interesting. I hope everyone's been great. I'm going to switch it over to this screen right here. Hooray, everything works. Love it when everything works. And I'm going to go ahead and log into Discord, and we'll see what's going on with our players.
It essentially is soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah, it's soccer with Lucio. Everyone plays Lucio, and you just bounce around a ball in a small arena, like Rocket League style, and you score.
Oh, that sounds like fun. But so you are into Overwatch, I'm guessing, from the way you're talking.
Well, I was like, hey, this looks like fun. I kind of want to play it. But then I realized no one is on my friends list to have Overwatch with. And I was like, now I need friends to play.
Well, if they finally do the thing that they talk about every damn year about combining like the online bases or whatever it is.
Cross-platform? No, they won't.
That's it. Yeah, I know, they never will. But if they do, just
because Blizzard is like that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, Jordan.
Well, apparently, Dalton, you've been playing Overwatch.
No, I only discovered it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, how has the rest of your week been, Dalton?
The rest of my week has been good. Besides yesterday, since my character died, I'm little, I wouldn't say salty about it. I wanted to explore more with the character because I just revealed a little bit of backstory to it, and then he dies, and I'm like, well, fuck. So, but that was with the mission that we were doing. We were essentially saving a planet from the planetary invasion, and we did the suicide mission trope. So, we're like, fuck, people are gonna die, and I died at like the last bit of combat, so it wasn't like, oh, I died right at the beginning. We died at the like, literally, at most half-hour part of combat, and so it was good. I have an interesting character in mind to play that I want to do.
Cool.
But other than that, good. Session Sunday went fucking fantastic. Almost TPK'd the party with a group of goblins because my party of players are almost garbage against goblins. I fucking throw bird creatures at them, and they take it out no problem. But goblins, oh fuck. Goblins are just murder rampagers.
Goblins are literally some of the scariest enemies in Dungeons & Dragons.
The thing is, though, I took away their ability and just threw them in. That's all I did. I didn't give them anything special. I'm just like, alright, these are goblins, and that's it. And they still almost got murder hoboed. Then again, the party missed on the first round combat.
Yeah, we did get the surprise rounds, so we were already bloodied up from that, and we were rolling like complete shite.
Yeah.
Like, I think I hit
twice,
maybe twice out of what,
4 or 5 rounds of combat.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if that translates over to this game for you guys. I'm sure that'll be great.
Nah, dude. Because all that I learned is that Barilla can't be killed no matter how hard you try. Unless you go stupidly overboard with it. Like, send a fucking Balor at us. Now.
You guys could probably kill a Balor, to be honest. At full
one Balor.
Of everything.
Maybe one Balor, but I know you throw other shit with it, so. But yeah.
Yeah, because I don't ever really make anything straight out of the book, is the difference.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you had such a good week. Jackson, what's your story for this week?
I don't know. You want me to tell the story about how I got punched in the balls when I was 17?
I mean, you did say you were going to have a story for us every week, so sure.
I've forgotten
which one he promised last week.
Cool. Alright, so I was 17 years old, and I've seen this girl for a little while. She was really nice. Her name was Megan. I know, creepy, but yeah. But she.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I have to interrupt you. Why is that creepy?
Because we have Megan here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we've been dating for a while, and it was really good, you know. And then it was my 17th birthday, and I was like, you know, what am I gonna get from her? And it starts getting a little hot and heavy. And so she says the couple words that never go right. Talk dirty to me while this is happening. And of course, I'm thinking, what's the nastiest thing I can think of? And I went really creepy, really dark with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll touch you like your dad touches you.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Hmm.
And then she punched you in the balls.
Yeah, that relationship ended right there.
I mean,
Well,
it's a good story. I like it.
yeah.
It's but so yeah, for what I did for the week, I went to Branson with my family, and we went there originally for business, and then we decided, you know, just like, hey, we'll get the family along, we'll go to Silver City. So it was fun, you know. I got kicked in the back by, you know, little sister, and I think my spine's broken.
Oh, well, that's good, because that means you can now play while laying down, because you won't be able to sit anymore.
How do you think I normally play?
Yeah, exactly.
And so, you know, and then tomorrow I have to go back home.
Hooray!
I have to drive my prego sister 19 hours.
Well, that sounds like a hell of a lot of fun.
Cravings.
Will?
Swelling.
How's everything in
Cravings.
across the pond?
Yeah, the nuclear fallout radiation is starting to set in.
Perfect.
So, you know, losing hair, but, you know, it means I can make myself a new rug. So,
Yeah.
it's all well and good.
It also means, right? So, like, additionally, you'll never be hot again, right? Everything
exactly.
It's like built-in human air conditioning with no hair.
Because
God damn, that sounds
hot
actually
temperatures are,
Yeah.
like, so equated with England.
Yeah. Or, okay, hold on, let me rephrase. Now the rain will just run off instead of getting caught and making your head all damp. It'll just run off your head and fall down. How's that? Is that better?
Much more practical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
See, I don't like being wet with clothes on. That sounded a lot better in my head.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Brian, how was your week been, sir?
Brian even here?
He said he was
He's-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bet you $1 that he's fucking got his mic muted again.
We can actually see that on Discord, and he does not.
Yeah.
We
I'm
cannot
not
hear
doing,
you,
like,
Brian. Fix it. Megan.
Push to talk. Maybe.
No, we cannot hear.
I'm sorry, I'm still reeling from the words that were spoken to this poor girl who was also named Megan. But anyway.
Yeah.
I want to reiterate. I was stupid.
So
I don't know
gotta
about
ask, though.
stupidity.
I
I'm not
feel
sure
as
what
though
that is.
none of us
but
are surprised.
Holy crap.
No, well,
I mean, I'm not, but
She said talk dirty. I was like, what's the most vile thing I can think of?
No, that's never a response. No.
that's not.
Anyway, my week's been fine.
That's good.
More brother and sister adventures. We went to Salem, which is where the witch trials were held.
Word.
If you know anything about that? Went to the weirdest Salem Witch Museum, which I will wait until Sunday to tell the story because my brother, I feel like, needs to be here for that.
Okay.
What else did I do this week? I quit Rocket League forever.
Ha!
Why?
I love that game.
It's just, I can't, it hurts me inside.
Yeah, I get so angry.
That's when you need to play with me. and then everything makes it all better because I'm just good at the game.
I'm not sure.
Unlike Jordan.
I'm not sure that's true.
I can't play it anymore. Anyway, and I watched Stranger Things. I finished Stranger Things. Oh my god! If nobody's watched
good.
that, you need to go do that right now.
Like, I'm confused. Is it a horror or a mystery thing?
Both, kind of. It's like science fiction, kind of.
Yeah, it's like weird science, right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's like basically like 80s
I've
level
heard it,
science fiction.
I've kind of heard it described like a Stephen King book. Is that true?
No, not really. I mean, kind of. It's sort of the like
This
storytelling is
scripture
kind
is
of
the
that
best.
style, but oh my god, it is just amazing. Literally like the best thing I've watched in forever. And I'm considering just rewatching the whole thing again, like later. So
Well, that's pretty good then.
yeah, it's pretty freaking fantastic. And I think that's it. I really haven't done a whole lot else.
Okay. Brian, did you fix your microphone?
Yeah, so I fixed my mic. That was dumb
good.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
And it's been a week, a pretty good one. Girlfriend's fully moved in. Yeah, that's my week. It's pretty great, right?
Congrats, man.
Yeah, that sounds...
Your life is now over.
Yeah.
It's been over for like 2 years now, man. Way beyond that.
At least you have a life.
I know, right? Mr. Girlfriend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I could never keep a girl. I don't know why.
Okay, I have some ideas about that.
Right. So Liam, potentially, besides Brian, it appears the most stable in the group. What have you been doing?
Which is
all week,
hilarious,
sir?
given that I was suicidal last year, right? No, my week's been pretty good. I mean, it's fairly mellow, but things are... I'm currently looking for work, which is just so much fun. But
Oh, goody.
yeah,
Are you looking at any specific
nothing too
field
exciting.
or just a job?
I'm
job
actually
for the
looking at
money.
like, well, no, I'm okay on money just because I'm apparently ridiculously good at saving. But yeah, I'm actually thinking about a completely different career change from what I was doing before into trying to work in like government education administration, like setting curriculums and stuff, because it seems like we desperately need that.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's
Seems
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, you go, man.
It seems cool.
I mean, I suspect it's going to take a while to actually get in there, but that's my goal right now.
The worst thing that you could possibly do is get in there for about a year, and then when you just get really pissed off, fuck up everything, and then just leave.
If you could you include talking to girls as part of the curriculum? Because apparently I never.
I
learned how
don't
to
know
do
if a
that
course
correctly.
would help you. I think you need like maybe a
Therapy.
camp.
You guys think that's a burn? I know who I am.
Man, we
That's
need
not-
like bill writing in the curriculum. That would be a good one.
Oh, there are so many things that should be in there and so many things that should not. And I mean, I'm not even in the same country as you guys. I don't even know what your curriculum involves, but
Oh yeah, you're
It doesn't
Canada.
involve, that's the thing.
Oh god.
yeah, I am several token people. I'm the token Canadian, I'm the token queer. It's great.
Yep. In fact, it's a good thing those are not synonymous, because that'd be a really weird country to be in.
It would be so much easier.
It would, right? It would. My week has been
Canada.
My week's been fairly good. What did I do this week? So I spent most of my time catching up on Elementary. It's if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go watch it. It's not quite as good as the BBC Sherlock, but it is pretty damn good.
I heard it was good.
And I've had a
My
crush
mom was
on
watching
Lucy
it.
Liu literally my entire life. So
Well, attractive Asians do that, so.
mostly just Lucy Liu though, because she's awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, that's been pretty much the majority of my week. I got to the heartbreak of the week was I was playing RimWorld, and I got to the super late game where like everything is completely stable, everything is like going really well. I'm starting to build ship parts, like getting ready to take off the planet, and I learned a very valuable lesson. So in the game, for those of you that are unaware, your circuitry can like short out and like cause like a a electrical
fuck, that's
fire.
happened to you.
Well, it happens all the time. I literally dealt with it all the time. However, I was unaware of a specific mechanic in the game where it will, based on the amount of stored power you possess, it makes the explosions larger.
What?
So
Are you
because
serious?
I was
Is that
in
real?
because I was in the super late game, I had like 100 batteries because I had nothing else to build, and I could literally just disable all of my power stuff and just run off the batteries. Well, it literally destroyed my base and killed half my people instantly.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Just the explosions, and there were stuff flying everywhere, and I hit pause and I observed what was going on, and then I closed the game because I was unfortunately playing on permadeath mode because I've upgraded to permadeath mode.
Rough.
Yeah, so what I did today was I went through and installed probably about 15 mods to spice up the game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So got some cool mods now.
So my town's going pretty good. Megan is still the leader of Penis Town.
It's good.
I have literally instituted a harvesting of organs and selling off of any men that we find. Because I figured I might as well go full tilt with this.
It's good.
Yeah.
Is it like your life goal to be a cautionary tale?
When I hit my 20th birthday, I realized what I was, and I figured, fuck it.
That's my
Fair
lifestyle.
enough.
But I don't take it to that extreme.
At least you're honest. But yeah, that's
At least with himself.
basically how my week has gone. Heartbreak City. Work has been stupid because it's the summertime and people apparently have never been in the outside before and don't know what the properties of water do for your body or lack thereof. So yeah, everybody just feels like they pass out and get overheated constantly all the time.
So I live in the desert, and just man, people
are just real dumb.
They're real dumb
about all of those things. But regardless, none of that is really important. Because
we got people in game to talk about.
We got a game to play. So first off, before we jump in, I do believe that there are two people that have finally reached level 7 and need to give us what they are doing. And I believe those two people, one of them is for sure Liam. Who was the other one? There was one other person that wasn't quite at 7 yet, right? Am I crazy, or was everybody
Megan.
else at 7? Yeah, Megan.
Arcadi.
No,
I leveled.
Arcadi.
Maybe I'm crazy. Okay. Regardless, Liam, Arkady Petrov has reached level 7, and what have you selected for level 7?
There's no actual selecting going on. Rogues always have the same thing at level 7.
Sure.
So, evasion. Basically, a super defenses against dex saves, like area, fire, breath, ice storm type of thing.
That's good.
Take half damage on failure or no damage on success.
Don't you also get an upgrade to your sneak attack?
Oh, yes.
Cool. So what is it now? 5d6 or something ridiculous?
No, it's 4.
Oh, now it's 4d6. Okay, cool. Man, I just remember that last fight. Just seeing the double-digit numbers are pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Rogues get serious.
Yeah, rogues get pretty serious. There's a reason they don't get 2 attacks.
Yeah, don't need them.
Yep, don't need them. Front load all of the damage.
I mean, their second attack wouldn't get sneak anyway, so...
Which is why I seriously wonder what's up with Swashbuckler's dual wielding, but okay.
It is useful because you can proc it. You have the possibility of
right.
procking
So
you have 2 chances of getting that
right.
sneak
That's
attack.
that's where it's better, right? Like if you
I
happen to miss
that,
on your first attack, then you have a second attack to potentially proc.
Yep.
The sneak.
Also, rogues are deadly because their reactions attacks can do that. So,
right.
Since their reaction attacks are not on their turn.
In Kislev, we hit on first try.
Yeah, right, exactly. In Kislev, we very accurate people.
Cool. Or like kill the first try.
Awesome. And so with that, I will remind everybody, because I'm going to try and make this a habit of reminding everybody, check your character sheet for inspiration. If you have it, make sure you use it, because then if you get it awarded to you, you can't double up on it. You only ever get one, so don't forget.
Everyone gets one.
No, everyone does not get one. But if you have one, make sure that you're using them, because then I can't ever award you another one if you still have one active.
Oh, I always use them.
It's just a friendly reminder to everyone. However, where we last left our stalwart adventurers, you had successfully defended the city with the help of some knights from the apparent demon threat or chaos threat that popped up in the middle of the city and seemed to be a targeted attack on one of your crew members, or at least I think a couple of you realized that it was a targeted attack. And I think the most important thing from that, besides all the investigation you guys did, was the fact that Farron has this
gaping wound,
sucking chest wound, and mechanically your maximum HP is reduced by 50% until Greater Restoration is cast or 3 weeks have passed.
Oh, doesn't he have to roll for that?
Roll for what? No, I determined it's 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be 2 weeks for all the Restoration ones and 3 weeks for the greater ones. So that is probably something important, and with that causing his armor to shred, so there will need to be some reinvestment in that, obviously. And for Morella, I believe your shield is crushed and mangled, unsalvageable from being crushed by the
My spirit isn't broken, though. No siree.
That landed on top of you.
Yeah.
Your spirit broke afterwards.
If my spirit broke, I'd quit my character. Fuck you guys.
So, after some interactions with the knights, who we discovered were members of the Order of the Silver Hand, who is the primary order that worships Sigmar throughout the entire empire, you guys all decided to head back to the inn and sleep it off, as it were, to help regain your stamina and hopefully sleep off your injuries as well, your exhaustions and that kind of thing. So, the night passes uneventfully that night, unless any of you do anything, and so we can go ahead and jump into the figuring out if you guys need to regain any hit points or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And again, make sure you're recording, obviously, on your...
Can I actually try to treat Farron a little this night?
Sure. What are you going to treat him with?
I think
his hands.
No, I thought that I had some herbs from I have a herbalism kit. Can I use that?
I believe you collected 2/3 of a poultice, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So if you had a full poultice, and what the poultices do essentially is you can heal a d6 worth of damage over the course of a minute outside of combat to somebody.
Okay.
But narratively, yeah, you can totally be like using, some natural herbs or something to like maybe dull the pain or as a local anesthetic or something like that. Yeah, narratively, that's no problem. Mechanically, though, you don't really have anything.
Yeah, well, still, I think that he would still try to help somehow.
Yeah, you've probably, you got him up in his bed at the end, and, he's taken off his, destroyed armor, and you're, trying to treat the wounds as best you can. Since previous to that, he was trying to treat himself. No one was really helping him.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're narratively lending a helping hand and trying to stitch him up throughout the course of the night, and maybe even you would you be one to sleep in a chair in the corner of the room just in case there's a fever or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. So you treat him and you nod and you say call me if you need anything.
Yeah, if you start passing out, call someone, I guess.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I believe the all the groups are sharing rooms, right? So yeah, Arcadi, you're obviously in the room as well, assisting. Cool. So upon the morning sun beams in through the windows, and everyone awakens. Some probably far earlier than others. I would assume Morella and Farron and maybe even Chester would kind of try and rest off their injuries, take it easy at least in the morning time. You're probably a bit stiff and sore as the day. Remember, you always at least get one, Megan.
God, I love that. Oh, it's just so good.
You know, it's a feat you could take to make it 2.
It's true. It's true. It might honestly be worth it since you have a -2.
It's okay.
It was just normal, Jackson. It wasn't anything special.
Right. Good question.
Yes.
Assuming that we are taking a long rest.
I mean, yeah. You guys
the dice that we spend, and then it's not whatever.
You receive the dice before you roll them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So you cannot spend, because you gain equal rounded down. So each of you gains 3 hit dice every long rest. You do not get to spend 3 and then regain 3 and then have the full complement.
Yeah.
I believe everybody was at maximum everything, so you all started with 6, or started with 3, started with 7, Jesus. And you can roll that many, but you will not regain any until you take another long rest at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
So I have to use every single one of my die to get from 11 to 32.
I mean, I had to use every single one of my dice.
Yeah, remember, as you guys go up in level, if you're getting more health than your hit dice can, complement, it does take a lot of resources to get you back up there.
But I'm not. God damn it.
Yeah, can I wake up pretty early, actually?
Sure, yeah. I don't think besides, burning you didn't even burn all your magic, so you're probably fairly well rested upon going. Yeah, sure, you can wake up early. What do you want to do?
I want to go to the store, and I want to get, I need to revive Puck.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Puck is currently not with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm currently, I wake up, and I'm thinking, quiet.
Right, yeah, it's quiet. Exactly. You don't hear this telepathic snoring that has been equated with Puck every morning of your life for however long.
I feel so rested.
Right.
What is this? Oh shit. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that shit. Fuck. So yeah, I like to go out and buy the herbs and stuff and try to get that taken care of.
Sure, yeah. So do you leave a note for anyone? Because like I said, Morella, I mean, and you can always correct me if you want, Dalton, but you're probably gonna be sleeping in, right?
Yeah.
You got pretty messed up. You probably had some broken fingers that you had to reset and splint and just narratively.
I wouldn't say broken fingers. I mean, she was just very beaten up.
Yeah. Your rib cage is probably bruised. You're probably black and blue. Basically,
it is probably the most painful experience we've had.
Yep.
Yet. And that's even more so than the fire giant fight and the skulls, which actually did knock her unconscious, but that's because, fire's gay and fuck fighting skulls.
Fire's gay.
Okay, normally I'd object, but that one I'm willing to accept.
Because it was the fire skulls. And fuck those things, right?
Yeah, those things suck. Sorry.
That was fun. I'll probably bring them back.
Oh god.
Did you get my message?
I did, yeah, and that's totally fine. So do you leave Morella a note as you're departing?
I'll leave.
Sure.
Be back in a second. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Smiley face.
Smiley face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got it. Emoticons were actually invented in the old world in
winky face
Warhammer. Yeah, winky face. So the rest of you, after some interesting revelations, both physical and mental, the previous day and ensuing night, What is everybody doing? What's the plan? Like, I'm assuming that there will be a congregation at some point to be like, WTF, and we can like fast forward to that if you want, or we can, if anybody has anything like they want to talk within themselves or with a specific person, or if you have to go like repurchase items, we can do that too real quick. Like, armor.
Yeah. So, I think for me, I first need to get some armor. So that would be my first stop.
Yeah, so you wake up painfully and there's like scabs, because we agreed that it was like the claw that would just like rake you across the chest.
Yeah.
And so like I think that you wake up and like there's like some nasty like pus maybe coming out from like it's clearly like going to be infected, and that maybe contributes to the mechanical detriment that you have currently. And even like your magic has been like having a rough time clearing it away, and it's just it's going to require something more powerful than you possess.
I think automatically I'm going to just use a first level spell slot just to try and ease some of the pain.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, kind of late morning I'd set out to first get some armor and then perhaps inquire, are there any skilled clerics or some sort?
Sure, yeah. So are you going to set off like on your own, or are you going to wait for the rest of the group and like go together? Because I will remind everyone.
Buddy system, people.
Right. Yeah. I'll remind everyone when we got into this situation in the first place, right?
Yeah.
In that case, I'll go with Farron.
Okay. So maybe like Farron, like maybe Hannibal like checks in on you, right? Because he was doing the doctoring thing. So maybe you like check in on him, and like you see him like sitting up, and you see the scabs like cracking on his chest, and like trying to get his clothes on, and his arms are stiff, and then you guys get together and head off by the two of you. But what does the rest of the group do? Like you guys could totally like wake up and go with them, or are there personal goals that you want to attend to?
Yeah. Morella wakes up and she sees like Hannibal not being there, and she immediately like looks for a note, and it's probably most likely like near like a nightstand.
Yeah. Sure.
In the room that we stay at. And so she reads it, and like it probably reads, "Oh, by the way, don't worry, Farron's with me."
Right. Yeah. He went back and amended P.S.
Yeah.
I took Farron.
And she kind of just like nods at it, and then you see her like kind of like sorely or like roll her shoulders, and she kind of like groans a bit, but she gets by the window again, kneeling down, and she pulls out her family necklace again and starts praying a few words. But when she's done with that, she then takes off her like shirt and her top, and she like walks to a mirror, and like she starts staring at her back, and she's like, "I need to add 4."
Okay. What about the rest of the other 3 individuals? Chester and Vi. You guys awaken in your room. What do you guys do?
Vi doesn't awaken in her room.
Yeah, neither does Chester.
Sure. So where are you guys?
Well, thank you for paying for that room then.
For Vi, I think she wakes up. It's a room in the inn, just not one that she paid for, because Vi doesn't pay for rooms in inns. I think she wakes up, and you see her starting to get dressed. And I think the camera kind of pans over to a male figure, snoring. And I think that as she gets dressed, a small little piece of paper falls to the ground. And I think she kind of smiles and picks it up, and in the dark quietly starts reading the letter to herself that she has waited quite a while to read.
Oh, and who is this letter from again? Do you remember?
I believe his name was Clay.
That was his name, yes. So as you begin to peruse through the letter, you can tell it's done in a hand that is not used to writing. It's clearly something that is not a practice skill by Clay. And additionally, we kind of determined Clay was the strong, silent type. He wasn't necessarily probably the most intelligent, but he was honest. And I think that the letter shows you that. And let me see if I can find it. I did write it down here somewhere. Where are you? In my great big notes of everything. And is it this one? Nope. That was from the Tea Party. It's before that. That's a pirate flintlock pistol. That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
I mean,
I actually don't know where it is. But I do remember like what the intent was here. So, yeah, right, yeah, not quite that.
Perfect.
But most certainly, the words on the page bleed with Clay's honesty, and once I find that, I'll put it in the notes section.
okay.
They bleed with Clay's honesty, and he does mention that you read it's actually a poem, right? Like that's what it is, and you feel like it might be plagiarized from something else, like it just like an inkling in the back of your memory that like perhaps these words have been said before, but a couple of them have been replaced with what alias did you give him? I forget that too. I think you guys did give him an alias. But yeah, no. So
yeah, I think it was like flower or something.
I think so. Yeah. And so like your alias is in there, and it's at the end of the letter, it is you can tell like his hand started shaking the further and further that it got down, and then he signs his name, and the surname rings a bell to you.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh really?
You've heard the surname before. Jesus.
I believe that's how he would say it.
Yeah, so it's Clayton Cliffsteel is the name of, and the Cliffsteel is interesting to you because you know them to be a fairly prominent mining family, like a mining smithing family that lives in Altdorf.
Oh.
Interesting.
And anyone, like, it would be extremely strange that he was on a boat, right? So it's also quite possible that either there's some family issues going on there, or maybe he just does that for fun. Who knows? But the name is prominent. I would say it would... The family would equate to a minor noble house would be kind of where they fall in the hierarchy of things.
Okay.
But that's the significant part about the note. It is a love poem, and then when he signs it, that's the like, weird part of that whole exchange. Cool.
Nice. So I think that, Vi smiles at that and then folds it very carefully. And she opens up like a little pouch on her belt and she slides it in. And as she does that, you notice that there are several other little pieces of paper of varying sizes folded neatly into it.
Sure.
And she closes it shut. And then she robs this guy blind and leaves.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
A love story for the ages.
Yep.
Still better than Twilight.
Yep, still a better love story than Twilight.
A
Cool,
young girl's
awesome.
choice between necrophilia and bestiality.
So Chester, I'm just going to assume you're not the man lying in the room.
No, not even close.
Right. So where are you?
I am where the most amount of people is possible. And I am just asleep in the middle of them.
So maybe, did you fall asleep in the common room last night? Like,
Pretty
with the bartender
much.
and a couple other drunk patrons that are there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so you probably didn't get a great night's sleep.
There was like 5 minutes of sleep there.
Right, yeah. So you probably didn't get a great sleep. You know, nothing mechanical, obviously. You still took a long rest. But yeah, you see, you know, Hannibal and Farron, you know, come down the staircase and exit to depart somewhere. And do you approach them or go with them, or do you stay here because it's safer?
I'm gonna stay where it's safe.
Sure, yeah. So you kind of, you're all wrapped up in your cloak, and you know your hat's pulled down so they can't really see your face, and they just, you know, they're maybe chatting, idle chat on their way out to go do their shopping extravaganza.
My buddy system is wherever the most people are. Buddy system.
Sure, yeah. What was it before?
It was nobody's system. I might not have been taken into account.
Right.
Chester, after all.
So I guess that leaves Petrov. Petrov. I mean, you can feel however you want your character to feel, but everything is fucked up right now. Like, I'm sure, in your mind, right?
It clearly is. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Petrov does not actually realize who the demons were hunting, or if they had anything to do with it.
No, I believe Vi and Chester were privy to that information.
Yes.
And yeah, you guys. So I think that you are aware that it was clear they were summoned for a purpose. Like you're aware there was a targeted attack or reason for this. That much is clear to all of you. But the fact that it was Chester probably is not.
Right. Okay. So, and we're expecting to stay in town for another day or two?
It's been 2 days, so I think you guys said 4, so 2 more days was your plan, but obviously you guys can do whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Arkady hasn't had the most reason to stick around here anyway, but he doesn't object to other people having business. And since he's got the opportunity, I mean, first thing he's got to do, obviously, is find out what kind of news there is out there in the city about what happened yesterday.
Right.
How far the story has been spread, what people are saying or suspecting. And the second thing to do is turn that story in his favor in some way. But first he has to find out what it is.
Okay, cool. So how are you going to go about that? Is that going to require like coordinating
question
with everybody else? Like maybe do some on the ground work? You also know, I mean, Farron's fucked up. I don't know if you want to consider him ready for duty or not, right?
No, he got stabbed a lot. He got play of the game. I'm gonna let him have a day off.
He did get play of the game.
No, I won't call Farron in on this one. I mean, Arkady probably will check in on the other people as best he can. I mean, obviously, some are going to be easier to find than others. Probably can't find Vi, which is unfortunate because he wanted to mention that he really thought that she was getting to bond with the rest of the group and showing virtues that he didn't think she had before.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends, Vi. When you, like, go downstairs, do you see Chester and go over to him? Because Chester is being as visible as anyone has ever seen him in his entire life.
Oh, yeah, I think eventually about, midday, I would go downstairs.
Yeah.
And she would see probably Chester and Arkady, if those are the only two who are left.
You also see Morello there.
Yeah, Morella, I think, would be
and
there
Morella.
too, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Morello is an early bird, so, like, she would have been up normally at 6, but she stayed in till about 8. So, she's been up for a little bit.
Indulgent.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I think that I would go over to Chester first, obviously, and kind of like, poke him in the ribs and be like, "What's up, scaredy cat?"
The bags over his eyes.
I am a scaredy cat. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that one, Vi. Just this once.
she kind of just looks at him and like at first she was joking, but now she's not joking because you didn't like have a comeback for that. You're just like, yeah, I am. And so she's like, Chester, like what is happening? Are you okay?
I think he may be developing self-preservation instinct.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I don't
what
think
worries
I have
me.
one of those. Do you have any tips, Arcadi? Any?
Yeah, well, I already suggest buddy system, so you stick with this, you are already doing much better than before. Vi, wanted to say, I was impressed you did not simply disappear and run off yesterday like everybody thought you would.
Vi levels a stare at you and is just like, well, I guess we are all full of surprises, aren't we, Arcadi?
Yes, I think you are perhaps growing and blossoming into better
I'm assuming he meant to say better person.
person.
Yeah, I was like, better what?
What did you... That's what I said.
I think you lagged for a second.
Cut me out.
Yeah.
Yes, better
Okay.
person.
We're good.
Arcadi, it's almost like you're complimenting me.
Yeah, I am warming up to concept.
See, I know you wanted to get rid of me, but I said if you just let me follow you guys, I would grow on you. It seems like that's happened, hasn't it?
So it seems.
You are possibly slightly more satisfied with situation than I am comfortable with, but yeah, you have proven useful. Cannot disagree.
Vi just smiles at him like, yeah, I knew it. Then I think she turns back to Chester and is like, do you still have that stupid bird?
Of course. Stupid bird.
Yeah, I think the sparrow is like nestled up in like one of your vest pockets, contently.
Very contently. My friend now. My best friend.
I want to dissect it.
Lamau.
Okay. Yeah,
So, where are you guys going? I'm gonna stick with you and Arcadi, Vi.
Yes,
We are
you
waiting
are.
for the
You're
others.
not getting out of any of our sights again.
We are waiting for the others.
Where did the others go?
They went to go do some morning shopping. Hannibal is with Farron, so he should be able to take care of him.
Yeah, that is impressive. Would have thought Farron was sticking with you.
I was sleeping in.
Yes.
I needed some rest, after all.
Yes, no, I mean I would have expected Farron to be sleeping at your door, but this is good for it. This is good. Pole boy, really?
I think at the moment that I wrote it, because it was a while ago, it was just, I was like, I knew he was going to be the dude using the pole on the boat that you guys took.
I mean, it is descriptive.
I did not realize the implication until just now.
Yes.
Amazing. Anyway, so what business have we still in town? This is what you wish additional supplies?
I want to wait for the others to come back.
Yes. Obviously, we are not going to leave them behind. But what do people still wish to accomplish?
We need to rethink our plan. That's why I want everyone here.
Rethink? Excuse me, but Skaven Threat is not going anywhere, no?
Skaven threat isn't, but we have other threats to deal with. More.
You think we can find some kind of demon summoner in town?
Not necessarily that. There are just other things that are in need of our assistance.
I will remind the group that no one has really got a rundown about the tea party. Except for
I was
those
just
that
about
were
to ask
present.
about that.
Yeah.
Is this about book club?
You see, like, a scowl come from her as you say book club, and she's like, yes.
Sorry, gala.
She kind of just, like, like clenches her teeth as like she's trying to like hold back some like sharp tongue. And
that's fair.
She
totally
looks at
okay
you, Petrov, and she's like, "Yes, there were some problems mentioned. I would wish to look into it. We also have a problem dealing with our own group members." And I kind of look over at Chester and Vi.
Yeah, I think they are solving problem themselves, no?
No problem.
Is the awkward glance between them palpable?
Yes, I was just gonna say the silence is intentional.
Right.
And she kind of like, it's not like a hard stare. It's just she just looked over at them, and then she's like, "I meant with, what did you call them again?"
What we call them is not important. I don't know that they are our first priority now, though. I think that last night's whatever that was ranks slightly higher than them at the moment.
Of course, but it is a concern of mine.
Yes, we will certainly add it to the list.
It has already been added.
The ever-growing list of shit trying to kill you. It's great. I love it. So I think that in order to get the group together, we jump over to Hannibal and Farron. You guys are traveling through the city. It's a nice kind of quiet morning. The city appears to be somewhat unaware that they were almost killed by demons in the previous night. When you get into the crafting district, which let me just go ahead and move everybody over to Gnome real quick.
Oh boy!
Just so we can get a good view of what's going on. Anyway, when you guys get over into the crafting district, you get there. You get there fairly early. So like stalls are still being set out, and like the forge fires are just like being turned up. Like the faint smell of that kind of burnt metal is just wafting into the air now. And so you guys travel through, and you eventually, after dealing with some haggling prices, you end up paying average for what you need to buy. Are you simply just replacing lost items, or are you using this as an opportunity to upgrade?
I'm getting what I need to resummon Puck, and I'm also getting the other thing I sent you.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really have anything to replenish.
Right.
Oh wait, can I actually buy some herbs?
Yeah, you can probably find an herbalist. Sure.
Yeah. Can I buy like I don't know, 3 or 4 poultices worth?
Yeah, let me see here. And you just want to buy the raw materials, right? Just to make them yourself? Yeah. Let's see here. How much would herbs be?
I wouldn't imagine them being much, especially.
Not gonna be that much.
I mean, common folk have to fucking buy them for random shits.
I think that probably per like poultice, it's a total of like we'll say 5 gold to buy the raw materials.
Yeah, I'll buy 4 poultices worth.
Yeah, and you can get 1 free, because we'll just, like, if you're buying it kind of en bulk, they'll just throw in that extra 1/3 that you were missing for the other one. So you can buy X, get 1 free.
Alright, so yeah. Alright, got it.
Cool. You still have to spend, like, the time to make those now, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to make a roll, and that will determine maybe if they get bonuses or minuses, depending on how well you roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool, awesome, you have them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that other thing, do you get a simply blank canvas?
No, I would like it to say.
Yeah, is it gonna have a insignia or symbol?
Yeah,
on it of some sort?
it'll have the insignia that I know that hold on, I'll just message you.
Okay, yeah. Farron, what about you? Are you using this as an opportunity to upgrade? Walking, like, because this kind of directly reflects, like, your constitution being lowered, even though mechanically it isn't, right? So, like, traveling, like, just the simple walk to the crafting district, you probably are breathing a bit heavy. It's laboring you a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. But I think this shopping trip for me is more just replacing stuff, so I'd like to buy studded leather, if they have. and also a replacement shield for my dear mistress.
All right. So I think that the two of you, you're going to all the shops and you show up at an armor smith, and both of you look at the armor smith and say at the same time, "I'd like a shield, please." And then you probably look at each other for a moment. So we can just go ahead and RP that out, and then we'll see what happens. So Hannibal, you get to that moment where you're ordering your thing, and at the same exact moment, Farron orders the same exact thing.
Oh, looks like we both had the same idea.
I wanted to make it up to letting our dear mistress out in the cords in that last fight.
Well, I just don't want her to cry again, about breaking the shield. If you want to pay for it, go right ahead.
So, Hannibal, to get what you want, that's like a custom job, and it won't have because you're not in a good location to find that specifically. You could get it done, but it'll take you a little bit longer, and you'll have to pay a little bit more.
No.
To get an artist to actually do that, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna let my buddy right here, my new buddy Farron, take care of that.
Sure. So Farron, you select you're not really an martial character or individual, but Hannibal has probably seen a bit more of the world, so you guys maybe combine together to
form one functioning person.
Yeah, to select a equivalent shield. Do you want to try and do anything or get anything special done to it, Farron, or is it just going to be simply a shield?
I'd actually, when we get it, I'd take out my knife and put a little inscription into the back of it saying, "Thanks for saving my ass, F."
Sure. Yeah. Cool.
Can I also write
a little note? Yeah.
Can I also write something there?
Sure.
Don't break this one.
Right. -H. That's great. I love it. So no shields are 10 gold. FYI.
Yes.
So just go ahead and take that from your character sheet.
You got that.
Yep. And you guys get all of your things that you need, I guess, and you begin to head back. So the conversation is going on for some time. Hey, that's actually true, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
That's really funny, actually. I wasn't aware that was a true thing. Okay, cool. Hold on one second.